Hi there, and welcome to another episode of the G Suite Show. Today we have a new business process courtesy of our Transformation Gallery, and we're so fortunate to be joined by our lovely producer, Heather.
Hola, bonjour, konnichiwa, tudo bem?
Heather, should I refer to you as Carmen Sandiego?
I wish. No, you just reminded me that the Transformation Gallery now comes in 5 languages. So we have English, of course, French, Portuguese, Spanish, as well as Japanese.
Oh, awesome. Great work, Transformation Gallery team. We work with a lot of different contractors on site, and we've come up with a system to digitally record timesheets.
So today we're going to be using forms and sheets to record employees' time entry data. In forms, it will be like a modern-day time card.
And the results of the form get sent to a Google Sheet where we can add formulas to compute things like daily hours worked. Let's jump in and take a look. First, we'll go to Drive and create a new form. Enter in the corresponding fields you want your employees or contractors to fill out, like department and manager. You can set up the form to automatically collect the contractor's email ID, so we know who filled out the form.
There is a slick question type in forms where you can add a field for time. That way all the times collected are in the same format. That makes it easier to run formulas and analyze the data later. I've also created a separate special notes section if a contractor needs to enter scheduling change, say overtime or holiday hours.
All of this gets tracked in the Responses tab, and the managers are notified. I can see the responses right here in Forms, or I can send the data to a spreadsheet. I can even change the destination sheet at any time, like if I want to keep a new sheet for each month.
And the cumulative responses will only be visible to the manager. However, there is an option to send the employee a copy of their response after they've submitted the form. This option is in the settings gear of the form. Collect email address, response receipts. You can choose either if requested or always.
And there's no more grabbing individual pieces of paper or trying to organize random Excel files and bringing them all together. All the data is automatically collected into a single sheet, and we never lose the data, which is important if any auditors come walking around.
And you may be wondering how your contractors can access this form, especially if they're a field worker without a desk.
It's easy. You can access the form via mobile device, or they can add a shortcut to the form on their laptop home screen. I can email them a link or embed the form in a Google site.
If your employees or contractors are in a factory, it's easy to set up a Chromebook kiosk with the form for the contractors to log in and enter their times.
There are quite a few ways you can implement this into your business or team.
And if you find another way of using this use case, make sure to submit feedback to the Transformation Gallery. They love hearing from you.
That's right, and I actually think this would be an excellent process for my weekend bird watching club. We're logging all of our hours watching birds, and we're having a little bit of a competition.
Bird watching?
Yeah, and by the way, we are accepting new members. I'd encourage you to apply, but we are highly selective.
I'm gonna hard pass on that one, Kevin, but thank you.
It's your loss. It's your loss. Well, anyhow, now that we've set up the form, let's head to the sheet itself and take a look. In the form, go to Responses. Click the spreadsheet icon in the upper right-hand corner of the form. The first time you click on this, it will ask you if you want to create a new sheet. Click Yes.
In the sheet, you will see a timestamp, date, employee's name, and corresponding fields you've created. In this example, we can see the additional fields that we've used, such as department and special notes.
You can also sort by departments, which would make it easier if you're a vendor manager using contractors for different departments.
We've also added our own columns to the sheet for managers to add approvals and to calculate the total time worked that day. The formula is simple. Just subtract time out of time in, and then use the number format for duration.
As a manager, I now can sort through our time card data to better budget hours on specific projects or forecasts for next year's busy season.
And it's important to note that employees do not have access to the sheet, so they can't see each other's submission.
And if you're using this just for a single team, a good tip is to use this as a project time tracker. For example, if you have one set of the team working on something for the first half of the day and a different set of the team working on something for the second half of the day.
And it'd be easy for you, as their manager, to allocate time and budget towards a project.
Well, we hope you take a look at our Transformation Gallery, now in 5 different languages. You can check it out here.
See you next week. Ciao.
Check out last week's episode for tips on how to use just a few of G Suite's many accessibility features.